I think we found another addition for the Warren's Occult Museum. And this time, you gotta watch out for poopy projectiles. The Monkey. Not to be confused with the Monkees, which were a semi-fictitious British band. Nope, this monkey, while he does play music, you don't want to hear it because when the music stops and the drums stop, disaster strikes. Stop me if you've heard this one. A simple toy wind-up, or a simple wind-up toy, causes death and destruction every time it's activated. And there's no controlling it, there's no directing it, and you don't know what all the rules are. Yeah. Basically, the story revolves around two twin brothers, played masterfully by one actor. One's sort of meek and stressed out all the time. The other is just a jerk. Seriously, a jerk. And they come across a cursed object that once belonged to their dad, who mysteriously disappeared. And once they figure out what it does, well, all chaos erupts. This film started in the late 90s and ended up finishing in this day and age, but it honestly felt like an 80s grindhouse flick. The music, the characters, the settings, the colors, the plot. Honestly, it felt like there should have been a violent action flick or another horror flick to go with it, because it really did feel like a classic grindhouse feature. Like, I'm surprised Quentin Tarantino wasn't involved, though Stephen King, James Wan, and this new guy, Osgood Perkins, really knew what to do. The music was jarring, but in a good way. The effects were brutally beautiful and beautifully brutal, and the characters were sort of likable and dislikable at the same time. Like, characters you want to see get their comeuppance, but you also want to see them prevail. And the titular character, the prop itself, was unsettling. Like, you half expected it to come to life and eat your face, but it never did. Although there was this one scene where it's revealed that there's something slightly organic about it, but we still can't figure out why it does what it does. They're probably not going to make a sequel, but I would love to see where this story would go now that it's been finished. At least this chapter. Like, maybe someone calls the Warrens and they find out about it, but the survivors don't want to part with the monkey because they know it's going to wreak havoc if they let it out of their sight. Who knows? Overall, this was a short, sweet, extremely bloody in a good way horror flick that honestly feels like it's a window into a long past era. Like I said, this feels like an 80s grindhouse flick, and if King, Wan, and Perkins could do this, I wonder what they could do with other ideas. Who knows? Maybe the movie about that lamp monster from Family Guy that Stephen King pitched in that one episode could be a thing. Only the lamp is a cursed object, and they could call it Lights Out 2 or something. So, yeah. It would be a good idea to pair this with maybe something from the Terrifier series, because that's the kind of over-the-top awesomeness that works with this particular film. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, if you find a weird object that gives you the heebie-jeebies, don't touch it, because it's probably a cursed object, and even looking at it might taint you. So watch out, because besides taxes, death is an inevitability that we all have to deal with. Let's not court it by messing with cursed objects, please.